they would put their plans in plain sight for everybody to see. It doesn't add up in some sense. On another sense, it's the audacity, it's their boldness. Now, to give you an indication of how much power they have over the U.S., look at the Boston bombing. Right after martial law was declared in Boston, and armed police filled the city and went door to door looking for the said perpetrator. When was the last time in the U.S. that this happened? I'll tell you, it never happened before. The only time you see armed policemen in such a case would be in a protest, and that in of itself is contained. But going door to door is nothing short of the Gestapo of Nazi Germany, and that is exactly what's happening. What is happening is exactly like Hitler's rise to power, the Nazis, and it's happening right now in the U.S. The U.S. military is under the control of the New World Order, of the Zionists. Last week, Senator Lindsey Graham, a traitor to his country and to his people, he's a Republican, but it doesn't make a difference. In fact, both the Republicans and the Democrats are complicit and are being managed by the New World Order. So last week, Lindsey Graham was the chairman for the Senate Armed Services Committee, and he handed the powers of the Congress to declare war directly to the Pentagon, therefore bypassing the rule of law whereby the Congress would normally decide on a vote whether to go to war with a country, to declare war. Now, the warmongers, the bloody military, can just say, we're going to war with this country or that country, or we're going to kill this person or that person, and cite Al-Qaeda. All they have to do is say, oh, it's Al-Qaeda, we can kill them. And this is terrifying. So, what's going to happen? People are waking up. There is a mass awakening happening right now. People in the world will not stand for this. And that is a problem, because the people of the world don't have arms. The only people left that have arms are the Americans. And I think the Swedish or the Swiss, I don't know which one. Now, just on this note, the shooting of all those school children was also a false flag event, giving reason for Obama to try to undo the Second Amendment, which gives Americans the right to bear arms against oppression. And Obama's the fucking Antichrist. I mean, he's the monkey face for the Antichrist. But the real Antichrist is the New World Order. It's the entire embodiment of the New World Order. And if you're not shit scared already about World War III happening, and don't think it won't go thermonuclear, because it will. That's one of the stipulations of the Guidestones, the Georgia Guidestones, is to reduce the population of Earth by 9/10, to bring it down to under 1 billion. And this can easily be accomplished by dropping a bunch of nukes. And if not by way of nuke, they have other ways. Now, this past week, the U.S. declared that it's going to issue citizen ID cards. And these cards will have an RFID chip in them. And basically, eventually, they're going to tie your cash into this card. Your cash, all your personal information, everything you do electronically will be will be connected to the database of all the information they've data mined over these past few years, illegally, breaching First Amendment rights to privacy. And subsequently, when the cards become a couple of years old, people will decide that they want to be fanciful and have an RFID chip implanted in them instead of using the card. And then it will become law. And then they will implant these fucking chips into babies, and it will secure the enslavement of the U.S. at first, later to be applied by other Western nations such as Britain and France, Canada, Mexico. And that will pretty much be the end of it for us, because what happens is, if you dissent against the government, if you complain, if you don't agree, if you don't do as you're told, they will disable your chip and you will become void. You will become faceless, nameless, no money, no food. You'll starve, you'll die, and they will implement a law where no one is to help you. And that, by and far, is the ultimate crucifixion of the human race. And the wars will continue. They won't stop. If they don't drop nukes, they'll get rid of everybody systematically, bit by bit, chip away at the block. And if you don't think this is happening, you've got your head up your ass. That, my friends, is the way you do it if you want to take full control of the world domination, to globalize the world in a dark way. But I offer this as hope for the future. If you wake up and you wake the others and tell them what is really going on, there may be a chance that we can turn the tide, that we can save humanity. Because the power is within us. The population is far more powerful than the government. The people, as one unit, can stand up and turn the tides. They can fight this God-forsaken mess. To start, kick the shit out of Obama out of the office. Treason. Try him for treason. Bring George Bush, Obama, George Bush Sr., and all the other war criminals to The Hague and try them and hang their asses. But they're not them. They're just the puppets. They're the ones on the surface. It's so deeply rooted. I say, nuke Israel. Tell the Jews to get out. Nuke the Zionists. But I have to warn you, these people know what steps to take because they've been planning it for ages. They know how to counter our moves. It's a game. Even as I say this, I'm being watched. They could take control of my computer right now, but they won't. They see me as a threat, potentially, but I'm just some asshole sitting on his couch in Hull, Quebec. They know who I am. I've been at this for a while. And my time is going to come, and I'm ready for it. All I can say at this point is, You have to wake up. You can't stand idly by. You have to wake up and empathize with 3 million dead people. Because if you don't give a shit about those people, who's going to care about you? Of course, there won't be many people that do wake up, because we have been conditioned to be selfish, apathetic, egotistical. It's difficult to make people aware, let alone to get them to stand up, until crisis is upon us. And usually, by that time, it's too fucking late. But for the people that are awake, the time is now to organize, to do things in secret, to plan, and then finally to execute a master plan to defeat the dark forces at work here. My name is James Easton. I'm 38 years old. I'm from Canada. I have divine knowledge. I hear it in the music. I've seen the third eye. I've been awake and aware for 12 years. I know God. I have extreme coincidence. I'm a very good person. I do the right thing. I am gravely concerned. I'm putting my life on the line. I do nothing for gain. This is from my heart to every single human being on the planet that isn't a Zionist or involved with the New World Order. Please hear my voice. I'm dead serious. There isn't much time left. In the U.S., shit's going to start hitting the fan very soon. Dissenters will protest, and they will be beaten and put into FEMA camps. And there they will be chipped. It's not looking very pretty, guys. And as for Muslims, I've talked to hundreds of them through my website, through my Facebook page. They speak English. They're normal people. They're nice. There's nothing wrong with them. This illusion of these suicide bombers and all this other stuff, that is the ideal for Muslim people, is fucking fabrication. It's what the Zionists and the New World Order want you to believe. I empathize with Muslims because they're the targets at this stage. They're being killed en masse. They're being murdered, slaughtered. There's no time left to sit idly by. Artists, musicians, do your shit, man. Wake people up now. Thanks.